I think I'd predominantly seen clips in like popular culture, knew of its existence, kind of knew it had been relatively influential on the horror genre, but not to the extent that I discovered once we kind of delved into it and became really familiar with the film.
I was really interested to learn a lot more about this film, the story behind the making of it, the era of filmmaking that it was from, and the kind of incredible budget that they had for this movie. So I did quite a lot of reading around the birth of cinema and Hollywood. When watching The Phantom of the Opera, I was struck by how some of the editing in it was so contemporary, particularly towards the end of the film where it's reaching a climax. I was amazed that they were only a decade into Hollywood films and they'd already really got to grips with the concepts of editing, which hadn't existed before film.
The storyline has this obviously kind of cursed theme, and reading about the production, that in itself seemed quite sort of cursed. It's fascinating that something that could grow into such a huge, influential phenomenon that sort of changed the face of the genre was chaotic and falling apart at times.
One thing that occurred to me when we first took on the work, that there is depictions of disability, and it's something that I think is worth highlighting. Probably if this story were told now, it would be told in a different way, and it's complicated to address that theme through music. The character of Eric, the Phantom, there is complexity there that, I think there's maybe intention to suggest that being disabled presents all these challenges in society, but we're not necessarily always making progress, so it is worth raising these things and getting people to still think about them.
We kind of made markers and linchpins and then branched out from what we felt was like key moments and key scenes.
Right at the beginning, when the DCA approached Andrew and he started to have some ideas about themes, and he sent me these kind of phone sketches and played me some stuff in the studio, which really created the initial mood, the initial atmosphere. I went away and really sort of thought about those moods. And then, as Andrew said, we both watched the film pretty deeply because we had a very real deadline. We started with those moments of high tension, and then we kind of worked backwards from there.
We also wanted to be sympathetic to the film and not impose too much. There are obviously moments that demand like high tension and drama and impact, but we had to sort of do the film justice,
We were often working in the kind of micro world where you're going over and over little details of the film and particular scenes. Some scenes took days and days to work on.
It's quite a contrast to working on a song where you review it from start to end, and that process takes like whatever 3.5 minutes. If we kind of had an idea, if we wanted to review it, the film's an hour and a half.
The venues that we're getting to present the film in are really exciting, and it's wonderful that the DCA show has sold out and it's on Halloween. Looking forward to the atmosphere of that. But great to be in all these other Scottish cinemas as well.
I feel really lucky to be able to do it and to have that invite. I mean, I really deeply love going to the cinema, so I'm just looking forward to sharing it with people.